Imperfect beauty governs all existence. Objective observation may not be able to compare to a personal experience of seeing the world through the hearts of a jungle people who inhabit an island far away from modern conveniences. Siberut Island in the Indian Ocean is part of West Sumatra province of Indonesia. This is the home of the Mentawai, a people who live a semi-nomadic lifestyle in the coastal and rainforest zones. The sky is their clock. Their lives are sustained by hunting and gathering. Such is the asymmetrical beauty of living in a setting that may not be so good-looking. Their lives may not be privileged with the conveniences familiar to the outside world. But one must not forget that before humans came to acquire the conveniences that govern the modern world, we also, once upon a time, had self-sufficient and sustainable lifestyles that were entirely supported by the natural world. Mentawai, the way of a jungle people and their asymmetrical beauty. We do have some concerns about the journey ahead. Once contact to coordinate with the people on Siberut Island is interrupted, the people in Padang won't be able to guarantee a safe journey into the jungle to meet the Mentawaians in cases where one doesn't know the locals. Traveling by public boat from Padang to Siberut takes about 3 hours over a distance of about 185 kilometers from the island of Sumatra. The main pier is located on the eastern side of Siberut. Once we reach the shores, we have to catch a ride to the central community of the island, which is located further south. The population here has an indigenous segment as well as another segment of residents who came from elsewhere to open the fishing trade and the tourism industry on the island. The beaches of Siberut are popular holiday destinations, but those seeking to walk in the jungle must take a 2-hour boat ride followed by a journey on foot for another hour before reaching the first jungle village. And yet, all that is not as challenging as the search for a guide who is an expert at navigating the environment and is also familiar with the jungle people. Then again, somehow it seems that we have arrived in the right place at just the right time. The local guide introduced to us by the tourism police is the first Mentawaian we meet. Our guide then volunteers to take us deep into the jungle to meet his relatives.
Waktu itu kan tinggal sendiri, waktu masih lajang, belum berkeluarga. Ada juga yang sepupu, selalu
usia 13 masih kecil kan?
Iya, itu kan ada sepupu atau paman yang bisa kontrol saya di sini. Waktu pertama saya kerja di perusahaan sagu. Setelah itu tidak sesuai dengan saya, berhenti jadi supir bot. Tidak memungkinkan juga, mungkin saya letih. Coba saya kerja di restoran untuk masak makanan tamu. Saat itu saya belajar untuk menjadi guide.
Gornelus serves as a bridge between two different worlds. He is helping these two worlds learn from each other and adapt alongside each other. The younger Mentawaians live in the beach communities alongside the settlers who came from elsewhere to make their living here in the areas of fishing, trade, and tourism. Gornelus is well known among tourists. He is one of only a few Mentawaians who hold licenses issued by the government, allowing them to operate as professional guides. Once Gornelus is hired as a guide, he makes all the arrangements down to the smallest detail, including the food that is packed and prepared for the journey ahead, and he does not forget the items that his jungle relatives will need. The boat travels through mangrove forest. On one side there is a small road along the shore of the river. The river itself embeds its long body into the earth like a jungle snake. Now we can no longer see the road. The only means of travel is this small boat under the shade of these tall trees. At various points, we branch into shallow streams, causing our boat to get stuck in the stream bottoms. We constantly need to duck our heads to avoid the tree branches that reach out before us like arms and fences. A group of Mentawaians are waiting for us at the pier. Each member of the group knows their own specifically designed job. They help to carry the visitors' belongings and the necessities purchased from town. Carrying the items on their backs, they walk ahead along the path like floating figures disappearing into the jungle vegetation. People who are unfamiliar with the area, like us, will take almost an hour to reach their destination. We arrive in front of Madubak village. We are curious to know why there is only one house standing in isolation. Gornelus tells us that this village has 8 houses, but they are spaced far apart. The closest house is around half an hour's journey on foot. Houses further away are around 5 to 8 hours walking distance. The houses are so far apart from each other that there is no need to compete over jungle resources.
Kenapa di hutan kan?
Ya,
Penduduk di sana nggak jadi satu kampung seperti ada beberapa rumah di satu tempat. Jadi satu rumah tuh jauh-jauh sekali itu kenapa?
karena di hutan, karena di sana kan pelihara babi. Jadi tidak mungkin dia satu tempat kayak di sini. Dia harus beda. Kalau satu tempat deretan, jadi babinya bingung di mana rumahnya.
Natural fencing is not defined by any official system of demarcation and boundary setting. The locals know amongst themselves which house belongs to whom simply by the respective house's location in relation to a stream. When a hunted animal escapes from a management zone, one needs to let the animal go. This may then mean that the animal becomes prey to the neighbors in the next zone. While the houses are spaced far apart, the villagers keep in contact and share wild produce. The Mentawaian houses are called umas. Building materials are sourced from the jungle itself. The uma is an example of traditional raised architecture. There is a porch for sitting outside and for daily activities. Inside the house, there is a living room and a partition space for sleeping. The family's elders occupy rooms further inside. The kitchen is located at the back of the house. One house is occupied by 3 to 4 families. Dogs are a popular family pet. Pigs and chickens are raised for food and ritual offerings. In the past, there was an abundance of monkeys and deer, as evidenced by the skulls of the hunted prey exhibited in this corner. They serve as house decorations as well as status symbols for the men of the clan. Men are the head of the family, so the fruits of their talents are displayed and used as offerings for the spirits.
Seperti kalau di rumah seperti pul gendang itu tidak bisa, sama gong karena ada yang gong yang kecil itu tidak bisa, karena kalau kita pukul itu mendengar suaranya itu sama tetangga, dia bilang oh mereka dapat buruan, mereka pesta, padahal tidak, hanya main-main aja. Seperti yang ditanya bilang bapak ini kan dancing, dia bilang bapak tidak bisa pantang karena itu ada aturannya.
Banyak macam jam ni aku, cucu aku melaju.
Oh ya.
Bulat meni angin, goyang-goyang kodam. Dui kerja kucing ada kirek.
Oke. Bapak
Tama labbe dulu, tama labbe dulu. Siburu geti kalau beja ni aku kubetu lagi, betu bela ni kulah kono. Tinggal dia tu, lebih nambah. Iya, menya kalakaran, menya kau bu. Kurarak.
Oto sesuatu?
Many very poor.
Oto sesuatu?
Sesuatu bulan longkan.
The Mentawaian population is around 600,000. They are almost completely isolated from the outside world due to their location on a distant island covered in wetlands. The Mentawai tribes are related to other tribes inhabiting the archipelagos of Southeast Asia and the Pacific. The Mentawai language belongs to the Austronesian language family. The Mentawaians' first contact with the outside world took place when they were discovered by the Dutch, who brought in Christianity. Among the most obvious pieces of evidence of the Mentawaian animistic traditions are their tattoo designs. The barbed tattoos running down the arms represent the thorny fronds of the rattan palm. The curved lines on the chest represent the accuracy of the bow. The sun design is tattooed on the shoulders, and tree designs are featured on the legs. The sun and the tree determine the Mentawaian lifespan. The sun symbolizes the cyclical changes in day and night, month and year. When asked about their age, the Mentawaians point to a tree and say that they were born with and grew up with a particular tree. The Mentawaians are not possessive of their territory, unlike some tribes that try to protect their identity and members. Accommodating visitors brought in by tourism has added to today's schedule, making it more varied than normal. For instance, we get to observe the women getting changed into their tribal dress and catching fish in the stream. Some traditional clothing is made from the bark of a gum tree. The wood and bark are cut, then the bark is hammered into flat pieces that are then sun-dried and turned into clothes that some people still wear.
Para parere. Awica orak turi boyki pinangaruray da.
Boy, ki amagila aku tu kan.
Oh ya.
Oh. Kuica sila tu magila. Pakai jata.
Pakai jata.
Magila. So aku caci. Amo ya campo to mo ya. Ta boy, ke mo ya mai gile silawat naku. Meu cara kau lu rai.
Pingau juat kira-kira ele 30 ngaruh ele.
Dia wale mah. Ele di ngaruh lah kayaknya.
5.
Oh.
Aroi pertama waktu dia.
Pertama. Oto kapula kita le bagi. Amare chun nambai. Kapula kita le bagi dah. Mai cuma kata. Anai kata ini ara yerunia. Ikut danoni ube. Ikut danoni.
The Mentawaians use herbs and vegetation gathered from the jungle for healing purposes. Each village has a natural healer who is essentially a shaman, since the shaman's expertise in the flora of the jungle makes him an intermediary with the spirit world. The shaman uses forest plants to orchestrate a ceremony to chase away negative entities from weak patients. During the medicine-making rituals, the shaman dresses up elaborately, including the wearing of a flower crown. Spells and enchantments are spoken, and a portion of stored herbs is transferred into a prepared container. Once the negative entities are chased away, protective spirits are invited to look after the patient. The killing of a sacrificed animal must be approved by the spirits themselves, and the sacrificed product is shared with the neighbors. The shaman is always rewarded with the largest portion of the share.
Kona besi sima besi ada durut ciri manual nau lagi ponia.
Dulu ciri manual ute semua ibu cuma besi. Tak wangai kai lagi beri sekali Siberut tak naik lagi.
The more access tourists get to the Mentawai jungle people, the more the Mentawai ways go in different directions. In the past, the Mentawaians depended entirely on the resources of the natural world. But today, the Mentawaians wait for the arrival of new products and inventions that come along with the tourist. So now these jungle people are asking about the different brands of tobacco that are considered quality gifts from the outside world. Gorne Luz, who serves as the bridge between the jungle people and the city people, thinks change is inevitable. He believes that the older generation of Mentawaians still want to live in their jungle home, and while the younger generation still maintains their connection with clan members, they are well aware that their little home in the jungle is the birthplace of their ancestors, which they must help to conserve.
Oke, kalau waktu itu kan kita ceritanya ini pemerintah. Karena pemerintah suruh turun, cuman bapak saya hanya turun sebentar aja sudah itu naik lagi. Karena itu pemerintah yang menurunkan kita. Tidak mau dia kita tinggal di hutan. Bapak saya bilangnya lebih baik saya tinggal di hutan dibandingkan di sana. Saya kayak di penjara. Karena pemerintah di sini dia pikir kita hilangkan tradisi Mentawai, harus kita tarik mereka ke kota supaya hidup mereka lebih baik. Itu kan hanya pikiran mereka, bukan pikiran kami. Kalau kami ke kota, itu ya nasib kami tidak bagus. Lebih baik kami tinggal di sana. Seperti itu yang terjadi sama bapak saya.
If the jungle people move out of their natural habitat, who will serve as guardians of the jungle? And who will benefit from the jungle? From our own observations of people who have moved into new houses provided by the government, these people are often struggling financially. They need money to buy the necessities in daily life, and that money must be earned through employment. Modern education is viewed by most as the route that leads toward future professions. Most of the members of the younger generation of Mentawaians have left the jungle to pursue an education. The majority have been born in the island communities because most of their parents' generation previously left the jungle to make a living in the outside world.
Saya berusia tinggal di hutan itu usia 6 tahun. 6 tahun baru pindah di sana. Semua di sana masih ada si om, paman. Tapi kalau orang tua sudah di sini. Kalau di kampung sana hanya om, paman, dan saudara.
Mentawaians hold Indonesian citizenship and have identification cards to claim their rights. But traveling outside Siberut Island presents major difficulties. Most Mentawaians who travel only do so to find work or education, and only travel within the Sumatra Island region.
Kalau tinggal di hutan itu lebih menyenangkan. Kalau di kota itu membuat susah. Yang pertama, kalau kita pergi ke mana-mana kita susah dengan transportasi. Kalau di hutan cukup melakukan pekerjaan di sekeliling hutan itu.
Bapak pernah keluar dari pulau ini tidak?
Pernah.
Ke mana?
Ke Padang. Itu saja Padang.
Sudah berapa lama ke Padang?
Kalau dihitung-hitung sih tidak sampai berbulan-bulan di Padang. Tapi waktu dulu saya magang PKL itu 3 bulan. Pertama takut hilang. Kedua takut lapar di sana. Ketiga nggak bisa apa-apa di sana karena kita nggak tahu tentang situasi Padang.
In this day and age, the new professions of Mentawaians can't escape the tourism industry. But the management of this style of tourism is suffering from a lack of experience. And it seems that the providing of tourism services must still, at least to a certain degree, rely upon human resources from the outside world. These human resources come in the form of both Indonesians and Westerners who have settled here to conduct tourism business with the locals. Other selling points like the souvenirs created by various groups of housewives don't attract much interest. It seems that these ladies are performing these activities in order to kill time. It's the ways of the Mentawai jungle people that have become the highlight of the tourism here, since those outside the jungle are always interested in witnessing and experiencing the jungle ways. The home of the Mentawai on an island in the middle of the ocean covered by wetlands has been governed by remoteness and self-sufficiency over many hundreds of years. If anyone views these lifestyles as primitive, backward, and short-lived, that in itself is a great shame. It's the lifestyles of simplicity like these that continue to shape the human experience of happiness and self-sufficiency.